discussing the thing with regard to the SEBI. SEBI के रिगार्ड में हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे and all. If any of the member of the audit team passes the information of the company to its friend or relative before this information came into public domain, it is a cause of insider trading under section 15G. That is, the penalty would be minimum rupees 10 लाख होगी और which may extend to 25 करोड़ तक जा सकती है. Minimum penalty 10 लाख which may extend to 25 करोड़ और 3 times the profit made out of his insider trading whichever is higher. तो इफ एनी मेंबर ऑफ द ऑडिट टीम पासिस द इंफॉर्मेशन, अगर हम क्या बोलते हैं, अगर कोई भी मेंबर जो है ऑफ ऑडिट टीम, इफ ही पासिस द इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ द कंपनी टू इट्स फ्रेंड, अगर वो कंपनी की इंफॉर्मेशन उसके फ्रेंड और रिलेटिव्स को बता रहा है बिफोर द इंफॉर्मेशन पब्लिक डोमेन में नहीं पहुंचे, उससे पहले ही बता रहा है, तो दैट इज द केस ऑफ इनसाइडर ट्रेडिंग हो जाएगा अंडर 15G. मिनिमम पेनल्टी है 10 लाख, मैक्सिमम है 25 करोड़ और 3 टाइम्स द प्रॉफिट मेड आउट ऑफ द इनसाइडर. कितना प्रॉफिट आपने कमाया, 3 टाइम्स द प्रॉफिट मेड आउट ऑफ द इनसाइडर ट्रेडिंग whichever is high. June quarter है unaudited quarterly financial statement to file the 15th August 2022 and yes it can be submitted in unaudited form. June quarter 2022 है unaudited quarterly financial statement है to file 15 August 2022. Yes, it can be submitted in unaudited form. Any alteration of security, alteration in rate of bond shall be intimated to RSC at least 11 days prior to change, excluding the date of intimation and the date of BOD meeting. अगर कोई भी alteration होता है security का, alteration होता है in the rate of bond, that shall be intimated to RSC at least 11 days prior to the change, excluding the date of intimation and the date of the BOD meeting. Akshara Builders and Developers Limited, a company listed on BSE Limited, is contemplating the upper revision in the rate of interest to its existing 12% bond by 1%, so to make them 13% with effect from 14th August. The state proposal is to be laid before the board of directors at the meeting to be held on this. तो intimate करना होगा BSE का latest by the 3 July तक. At least 11 days prior to such a change. उसके बाद क्या आता है हमारा SEBI LODR regulation. Directorship cannot be more than 7 listed entities with effect from 1st April 2020. SEBI LODR regulations और directorship cannot be more than, ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकती, it cannot be more than 7 listed entity with this effect. As per the SEBI substantial acquisition of shares and takeovers regulation 2011, no acquirer shall acquire the shares or any voting right in a target company which taken together with the shares or voting right, if any, held by him and by person acting in concert with him in such a target company, entitled to them to exercise the 25% or more of the voting right in such a target company unless the acquirer makes a public announcement of an open offer for acquiring shares of target company. Book building जो है, that is what? That is a process undertaken to elicit the demand and to assess the price for determination of quantum or value of a coupon specified securities. Where it is not possible to use the electronic mode of payment of dividend and the amount payable as dividend, अगर वो exceed कर जाता है rupees 1500, तो payable at a par warrant or checks shall be sent by the speed post. उसके बाद आता है जो भी investor protection and education fund that has been established by SEBI, not the central government. कंपनी सेक्रेटरी जो है लिस्टेड एंटिटी कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी क्या करेगी, लिस्टेड एंटिटी कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर. SEBI LODR की जो रेगुलेशन 2015 है, दैट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल टू सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट पर एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. Green shoe option and option of allotting the equity share in excess of the equity share offered in the public issue as a post listing price establishing mechanism. जो SEBI है, that the same cannot investigate, नहीं कर सकता into the affairs where the transaction and security are being dealt with in the manner detrimental to the investor, where the investor has made a good profit in a very short span of time in the security market. Answer: where the transaction and securities are being dealt in a manner detrimental to the security market, where any intermediaries is associated with the security market who has violated the provision of SEBI Act rules and regulation. where any intermediary अगर associated होगी with the security market who has violated the provision of SEBI rules and regulation, where the transaction in securities are being dealt in the manner जो कि detrimental है to the securities market, where the transaction in security are being dealt in a manner detrimental to the investors. Which of the following is not responsible for the compliance of listing obligation and disclosure requirement of listed entity, that is the fact manager, promoter and KMP are responsible है. उसके बाद आता है हमारा every proceeding before the security appellant tribunal shall be deemed to be judicial proceeding. That shall be what? That shall be dealt with the judicial proceeding. Special court may be established by the central government under the SEBI for providing the speedy trial of offences. Which among the following is not a qualified institutional buyer, that is a mutual fund, an alternative investment fund, a non-systematic NBFC and a scheduled commercial bank? Which among the following is not entitled to make an initial public issue? इनमें से कौन से ऐसे persons following है that is the same is not entitled to an initial public issue? The issuer has an average operating profit of at least 10 crore during the preceding 3 full years. The issuer has a net worth of at least 1 crore rupee in each of the preceding 3 full years. The issuer has net tangible asset of at least 3 crore rupee in each of the preceding 3 full years. The issuer has changed its name with the last 1 year. At least 50% of the revenue calculated on a restated consolidated basis for the preceding 1 full year has been earned by it from the activity indicated by its new name. The risk management committee shall meet at least twice in a year. SEBI जो अटैच करेगा for a period not exceeding 90 days. Bank account or other property or any intermediary or any person associated with the security market in any manner involved in violation of any of the provision of SEBI Act and shall obtain the confirmation of said attachment, that is the special code. Which among the following is not the prime objective behind the enactment of SEBI Act 1992? The answer is protecting the laws of investor in trading of security. This is not the prime objective behind the enactment of SEBI. Protecting the laws of the investors in trading of security. Which among the following shall not be treated as collective investment scheme की तरह नहीं treat किया जाएगा? Any scheme being a contract of insurance to which the Insurance Act 1938 applies. Any scheme falling within the meaning of cheat business as defined in Cheat Fund 1982. Any scheme under which the contribution made by the investor are pooled and utilized for the purpose of the scheme. The answer is any scheme under which the contribution made by the investor are pooled or utilized for the purpose of registrar. Which among the following shall not be treated as collective investment scheme? Then comes the FEMA. Then comes what? Then comes the FEMA. Under Schedule 3 of FEMA, if amount exceed कर जाता है, the limit as specified, the permission of RBI is required to enter the amount, not only for the excess amount. Prior approval of RBI is required when actual remittance exceed the $2.5 lakh. Don't consider the estimated expenditure. Read question carefully whether it is saying the actual expenditure or estimated expenditure. Actual expenditure. As per schedule 2 transaction that require approval of CB, कौन से transaction में approval चाहिए होती है CB की? Remittance of prize money, sponsorship of sports activity abroad by a person other than the international, national, state level sport body if the amount involved is greater than $1 lakh. Ministries or remittance of USA 51,000 to England for football do not require the approval greater than $1 lakh. Akash Ceramic Limited, an Indian company, owns a commercial plot in Chennai which it intends to sell. Mrs. Super Seller, a real estate broker with its head office in the USA, has been appointed by Akash Ceramic Limited to find some suitable buyer for the end of commercial plot in Chennai, which is situated at a prime location. Mrs. Super Seller identify the grocery estate based out of USA as a potential buyer. It is to be noted that Grocery Estate Incorporation is controlled from India and hence is a person resident in India under the applicable provision of Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. A deal is finalized and Lodi State and Corporation agreed to purchase a commercial plot for USD 6 lakh, assuming the 1 USD 70. According to the agreement, Akash Ceramic Limited is required by paying commission at 7% for the sale. Proceeds to this Messrs. Super Seller for arranging the sale of commercial plot to Glory State Incorporation. Commission is to be remitted in USD To the head office of Messrs Superseller located in USA, it is mandatory to obtain the prior permission. चाहिएगी हमें RBI की for remittance of entire commission of USD. Prior permission चाहिएगी किसकी? RBI की. If NR requested his Indian resident brother to make payment on his behalf to mutual fund in India, not permitted as amount to payment for credit is credit of NR. जो भी permissible amount होगा foreign exchange that can be remitted by the Mohita Periodicals and Max Publication Limited for obtaining the consultancy services from an entity based in France without the prior approval of RBI is $1 lakh. Rule 15, read with section 168 subsection 1. If a company has already filed the director 12, a foreign director of such a company resigning from office may authorize in writing or practicing CACS, CMS or any as residential of company director 12. इसके बाद हम further continue करेंगे.